Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Happy to be back in the saddle. Looking at some charts. Had a blessed Christmas. Thank you for all that reached out. It's truly a blessing, you know. So, in the end, my goal is to impact and help as many people as possible. And with that being said, just do me a quick favor before we dive in today. In the comments, comment below where you're watching this from. I like to see how far we can make it away from Hershey, Pennsylvania. So I'm on the outside of Hershey, Pennsylvania, but I just say Hershey, Pennsylvania since everybody knows where that's at. Sweetest place on earth. First and foremost, gotta have faith in everything that you do. You know, coming in, whether you day trade, you swing trade, or invest, you need to have a repeatable process and pattern that plays out over and over and over again, right? And with that being said, you just got to stay consistent. You know, a lot of people struggle in the markets because they revenge trade, they're not consistent, they don't use proper risk management. And I'm here to tell you that's exactly what you need to do, right? Trading will not break out until you start utilizing those couple different things I just shared with you, right? But anyway, every morning we run a live stream. I walk the team through exactly how I trade. You could follow suit. Everybody has the same tools, so they see what we're looking at together. I believe executing together is what a lot of people don't really do. You know, not only do we day trade, but we also swing trade. You know, and we also invest. So if you have an hour, 2 hours a day tops in the same time at the open, day trading could be an avenue for you. But if you're busy, then I wouldn't encourage you to force the day trading side. You know, swing trading takes a total of 5 or 10 minutes a week. It's great for people who are busy in the mornings and or own businesses. And there's an avenue for you, you know. And then the investing approach I feel is always beneficial for everybody. You know, just think of it like this: you could take a measly $50, $100. I think they say if you put $125 a week in the stock account and you invest in something simple and easy like SPY or VU, something that's more of the S&P 500 ETF, in 30 years, $225,000 will then be about $1.2 million based off of the trajectory and the averages of the 8 or 9% ROI growth year over year, you know, even with the losers. So the key is when the market's falling down, you're still making investments. And then when it's pushing up, you're still making investments. So I outperform that, you know, by a long shot. But that's why I'm going to show you today how we navigate the markets collectively on all three phases. So let's dive right in here. If anybody shares this recording video, I'll put a little Easter egg in it. Anybody shares this and you put in the comments that you did share this on your profile, send me a message and I might have something for you. So we'll see who the first or second person to do that is. All right, first chart, day trading, where this smiley face is. He's definitely full from Christmas. He ate a lot, but you can see right there. All right. So today we're going to show you a day trading pattern. When the candles, this is Swing Master Pro AI. I created this software. There's a red candle, red arrow, red candle, red arrow, red candle, red arrow, red candle, red arrow, green candle, green arrow. Oh, it's a loser. So I'm not here to tell you I win every single trade, but because I don't. But there's one winner, there's two winner, there's three winner, there's four winner, and you could have taken this one right there, but right there, 4-1, 80% win rate. Guess what? You're green. That's not the pattern that I'm going to show you today. We're using the color of the candles and our pivot levels, right? How this works is if price comes down and hits one of our pivots, we want to take a breakdown. You could have taken a breakdown here, and there's a 2-point play. The U.S. market doesn't open until right here. So we said the candles are red. If we do break down, we're looking for some shorts. We simply never got that today. And this is one of the hardest parts about trading, is staying disciplined and patient, right? So what we did get to take on ES is coming up over here, candle turned green, wanted to break out, a breakout, 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 never happened. Then the candle turned red, we want to take a breakdown, never happened. This candle turned green, want to take a breakout, never happened. This candle turned red, want to take a breakdown right here, took the breakdown, here's your stop out. Thought we might take a loss, but guess what? Following the plan, boom, price comes down to about right there. You're good. This candle hits it again. We had another breakdown right there. Boom, you're good. See how easy that is. So ES, we had to wait. My goal is to get you a couple green trades in the first 30 to 45 minutes. And here you got 2 trades on ES, 2-0. Wasn't perfect, but it was powerful. I mean, it was great, you know. So 2-0 in ES, 100% win rate. Hey, we happy on that. Next chart we have that we called out today was simply this one where the star's at. This is NQ futures. We actually got a grand slam on this one, and it played out similar, except we took this trade right here. This candle turn was red. We were looking for a breakdown. Nothing ever happened. This candle turned green. Hit our pivot. Called the breakout right here. Here was your stop out. And you see this little moon up here? This is what we call a grand slam, a moonshot Scott, right? Check it out. It went from 34 all the way up here to 17. It went about 85 NQ points in 2 minutes. But you're never going to get the top or bottom. I did get about 35 NQ points, about right up here. Maybe about right there because it went up and came back down. It just doesn't go straight up and stay there. It'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like so. The thing is your account doesn't grow until you secure profits, right? So there we have it. First trade on NQ was a nice winner right here. Bam. And then we had another breakout. Never happened. Price ends up coming back down. This candle turns red. Called a breakdown right here. This candle got me in. This is my stop out. And next thing you know, it went up against me. Come back down. Boom. From our entry right here, 711 down here to 661, right? 25,661. That right there is 50 NQ points. So could you have gotten 10 or 20 NQ points right there? Very easily, and very easily there. Then price gets green. We take a breakout. I didn't take this one. It's at 1020. Some people did. They got another winning trade there. They took the breakdown there, got another winning trade. So there you see 1 winner, 2 winner, 3 winner, 4 winner. If you dedicated an hour and a half, my goal is to get you green, stay green, and go enjoy the day. So NQ, you can see it was very, very good. 2-0 on that one right there. And then this leads us to our last one right here, which was ES, or I'm sorry, which was ES. We already did ES. Hey, it was CL, right? Crude oil. So unfortunately for this one, in the first 30 to 45 minutes, we didn't get no trades. However, we did get a breakout right here, which we did take with a different pattern that we do have. So we did take that, but it is 0-0 for the pattern I'm showing you today. And sometimes that happens. Very rarely does that happen on NQ and ES. Sometimes it happens on CL, but hey, that's part of trading. We get paid to be patient, sit here, and wait for our move to play out. Now, I trade futures and I trade stock options. So I'm going to show you the question mark box right here. Anybody ever watch Mario? There's the box right here. You jump up. It's like the power box. Ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Mario stuck in my head because the kids watched it. They home for another week or week and a half. Anyway, here, I'm going to put the smiley face back on. You find the smiley face. Futures, it's the same exact way. We use one of our same pattern, candle turn red. We want to take the put trade right there. There's our stop out, a little bit of a reset, and then boom, we got our nice one-to-one give or take right there. If you took the red candle, red arrow, which some people took right there, that was good too, but just on this pattern, we want to know, right? We want to know if you don't like to take that first 5-minute bar because they're too big, you could have taken, we talked about it, if you don't like to take that big of a stop, you could have taken your entry here and then put a stop right there, and it came right down to your one-to-one. So it's the patient get paid, and that's just how it is in trading. So options, we were good on Tesla, and then the last options trade we did call out, which was on this chart right here. The power of this, you can see our AI Lotto high, 69.52, right? We wanted to take a breakout if it did play out. We didn't know what was going to happen. We did take some calls right here, and in 5 minutes or less, this thing ended up giving us over $150 a contract. The power of this, right? The power of this is simply this right here. you use our AI Lotto high and lows as the option strikes to get the vicinity of the strike, and there's power behind it that has such a high probability to give us 50 to 100% ROI, right? Does it always happen? Absolutely not. But think of it like this. What if 4 out of 5 days you won, just say a measly 30%, right? 30, 60, 90, 120. And then on the day you lost, let's just say you lost 50%. You still net profited, right? 70% ROI. So if you used $1,000, you made $700 at the end of the week. Same repeatable process, same pattern. You used 500 bucks, you made 300 bucks at the end of the week, which might not sound like a lot, but 3, 6, 9, $1,200 at the end of the month. Guess what? You pay in subscriptions, you grow in your account, everybody's happy. It's a win-win-win. So that's kind of how we did that. While we're on SPX, I'm going to just pull up SPY, and I'm going to show you how we can swing trade. So the day trading recap is done, so you can leave the chats if you'd like. I'm going to show you, for my swingers, a simple, repeatable process and pattern that we do have right here, right? And this pattern is so simple that even a middle schooler could get. A green candle, green arrow, you take it at the end of the day, like the last 15 minutes, or the next day, and you get expansion over the next couple days. Yup. See how easy that is? That's right there. That's the pattern. If you wait for these to play out, and we buy 4 weeks of time, and SPY moves a measly $2, right, in the first couple days, you're already up 15, 20% ROI. You can go risk-free in a trail stop and let the runners go, or you can take profits and wait for the next setup. Why? Because we always get new opportunities. You don't have to be greedy, right? Right here. Our stops would have been right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Guess what? 597, and it went up here to 604. That's a winner right there. So this one, green candle, green arrow, 1 winner. This one, definitely a winner. 2 winners. 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Oh, loser. 5-1. 6-1, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1, 10-1, 11-1, 12-1, 13-1. Oh, loser. 13-2. 14-2. 15-2. We'll just count this as a loser. That went 2 points exactly. 15-3, and then 16-3. So since June, right, June 12th, we went 16-3. Would you be happy with that winning record, right? Some would say yes, some would say no. And let's just say we make a measly 20% ROI on every trade, even though some of them, like right here, you would have made 100%, right? We make a measly 20% on the 3 losers, we lose 30%, right? I always like to undercut it and give a crappy bottom. First off, 16 divided by 19 total trades is 84% probability. Our probability over here says 86, so I guarantee the next couple ones would play out in our favor, but in this example, they didn't. So 84%, we're still good. Then we got 16 winners times a measly 20%. That's 320% ROI. And then we got 3 winners or 3 losers, minus 30, which is 90. So we're going to minus 90. We just grown whatever we invested in these trades 230% in 6 months. That right there is a come up. That right there is professional trading. That right there is money. But that's just my opinion. So, moral of the story is when you are patient, you trade your plan, you stay consistent to your plan, and you use risk management, guess what? The things work out in your favor a lot greater than if you didn't put anything into your favor. So that right there is how we can swing trade. This is just one avenue that we have. We have other techniques where we can participate every single day in swing trades. This is just one example, but I don't have all the time to go over all this right here, right now. But just know that we do have different patterns inside of our mastermind that we do utilize, and they're very powerful. You know, the last thing I'm going to talk about, right? We're going to go to Ethereum. This is the investing method, right? I call this the real estate method. You come down here to the weekly time frame, and we zoom out, right? and we do something just like this. We can start, what, two years ago, give us 2 years of data, how this would play out. Right here's one buy. Right here's two buys. Right here's three buys, right? You have $1,000 account. You put $1,000 in your account right here. I don't know why that did that, but our entry would be about right there, 10.05, $10. So right here at 20, right there's 2K. At 30, right there's 3K, right? Almost 40 goes up to like 37.50, right? 1K turns into 2K here. You know, I'm about to tell you, sell out, let 1K ride, bring 1K back to the account. Then 1K comes up here. It's now worth 2K. Sell out, bring 1K back. Now you got 2K, and you still got that same 1K up here waiting for you. Resets, pushes up, resets. Now we get a buy. Now you take a 1K out of the 2K, so you go back to 1K on the side pot, and we have $2,000 in the account. If our average is from right here and right here, this brings our cost basis into about 15. Up here at 35, your 2K becomes worth 4K. Sell out, let 1K ride, bring 3K back. Now we got 4K on the side. Then we get another buy right there. You put another 1K in, so now we got 2K total invested, and it brings your cost basis up here to about $20. Once it goes up here to about 40, guess what? There's 4K. Sell out, bring 3K back. Now we got 6K total in the account while we have $1,000 in Ethereum house money. But just 2 years ago, we started off with $1,000, right? You see the power of that? You see that right there? That is money right there. Then you come into something a lot different. What pays Microsoft? That pays a nice dividend, right? And we're going to zoom out the same time period in 23, and you can see this right here. Let's say we buy it right here. Here's a buy. Here's another buy. And here is another buy. Two buys, right? We got 6K. You put 1K in the account right there. Oh, it goes against me. It goes against me, and this happens sometimes. Then we get another buy, another 1K. Now we got 2K total. So your 6 is now 4K. While we still have 1K in Ethereum, right? What's good about this, though, is every 4 of these Ds, that's about 3%. 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 12% added, which I'm not even counting into that, which you can just have dump into re-buying the shares. So you always want to stay invested, but you don't ever grow your account until you take profits, right? So now check it out. Your $2,000 right here at 275, right? Once it hits up here this high of 450, right? 275, 375, 475. That right there is about what, 70% ROI. So your 2K up here is worth, we're just going to undercut and say 3K. You know what I'm about to tell you? Sell out, bring 2K back to the account, right? Bring 2K back to the account, and now we have 6K in our account again while we have $1,000 for free. And then we get another buy here. You put another 1K in, and guess what? Your cost average jumps up to about 350, and now we have 2K into this. This pot goes to 5K, and guess what? Our 250 or 350 base average, when it gets to 550, that right there is about a 75% return again. So now your 2K turns into 3K again up here. Sell out, bring 2K back. Now we have 7K, and we have $1,000 for free riding in Microsoft. So in 2 years of time, we just took a $1,000 account and turned it into $9,000, right? We just grown an account 800%, right? Just with smart investing. And that's how we smart invest inside of our group. Does it always work this easy? No. But when you stay disciplined with a plan and trade the probability and use proper risk management when you invest, guess what? The odds are in your favor. That right there is simplified trading, and that is how you're going to be happy over the long haul. But once again, that's just my opinion. So if you want to invite to our community, just comment BMT below. I'll send you an invite personally. And like I said, remember what I said at the beginning of this call, what you have to do. I have something for you then. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed Monday, and let's come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Beast mode out.